What is going on, Print Fam? If you're new, my name's Cam. Welcome to the Print Life. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you 6 simple steps to start a screen printing business in less than 30 days. That's what I'm talking about, less than 30 days. Let's rock and roll with so much soul. Ooh, ah, that's right. Let's go. Is that what we're doing, Jeej? Now here's the thing. There is nuance to each one of these steps. It's undeniable. But you could make this as simple or as complicated as you want to. Getting set up and running a business can be boiled down to 6 simple steps. And if you do these things, you will be in business for yourself. Step number 1, you need a basic screen printing setup. And what I mean by basic is a setup that will allow you to print single color jobs only. Don't worry about doing multicolor stuff because we're gonna tackle that shortly. So here's what you need. Capillary film 50 microns thick from any manufacturer. It's a little more expensive, but way easier to use than traditional direct emulsions. Chemicals. You gotta clean and degrease your screens. Any manufacturer will do, but you're gonna want a stencil remover along with a dehazer degreaser. Grab yourself a couple of squeegees, industry-specific blockout tape, a garden hose and nozzle to both wash out your screens and expose them, spatulas to both add ink to your screens and remove it from them, low-cure plastisol ink from any manufacturer will do nicely. And finally, grab yourself 6 110 mesh 20 by 24 inch screens. Once you have your supplies, you gotta make a screen print and press. This one was built for under $30 with lumber from Home Depot and $10 Jiffy clamps. After you've built the press, you need to snag yourself up a heat gun and eventually upgrade to a real legitimate flash unit. Now that you have all your supplies, I do have another video that goes into the details of using these to print single color jobs with this press. Step number 2. Now this step is crucial to you getting into this business without a huge investment in cash up front. And the trick is making relationships with contract screen printers in your area. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna get into Google and you're gonna just type in contract screen printing near me. Prepare to make 10 phone calls. Of those 10, you'll probably get 2 contract printers that you like, that you feel like you could work with in the future. Not every contract screen printer will want to work with you for various reasons, and that's okay. You just need 2 of them. And when you reach out to them, your script is gonna be this simple. Hey, my name is blank and I have a t-shirt screen printing shop called XXX. I can only do 1 color jobs, so I'm looking for a couple of shops that can help me fulfill larger multicolor orders. Would you be interested? And if so, can you please send me your price list? It's that simple. After you have the price list from the printers you're gonna be working with, add a simple 10% markup, and that's gonna be the profit that you make off of these screen printing jobs. Don't get greedy. You're getting into business. Okay? You're not trying to gouge the world, you're getting into business, and then as you move forward in this thing, you'll start bringing production in-house, and as you bring production in-house, your margins will increase, and so on and so forth. Right now, what we're trying to do is get you into the thing. Once you're in the thing, you can then start to dominate said thing. 3, for sure, as we go through this, you're wondering, all right, with Cam, this is adorable, but how am I actually gonna get the business? This is how you're going to acquire clients. Now, the beautiful thing about the screen printing industry in particular is the majority of the people in this industry are old as shit, and they don't understand where the world is going. They're still using the yellow pages. You have a prime opportunity to snatch up the work in your area with one simple item. And that item, this is your website. Lucky for you guys, I've done a series of videos on how to set up, design, and build a website for $3.95 a month. After this video is wrapped, head to the link in the descriptions and follow that playlist. It'll show you how to get the website set up and built. You're gonna be cruising in no time. And by the way, you're welcome. Step number 4. Step number 4 is a shop management system, similar to the one I have right here on my desktop. Don't focus on this one in the beginning. For sure, step number 3 is the priority. And then you're gonna do step number 1 and number 2, which are getting your shop in a situation where you can print one color jobs and then getting some contractors under your belt. Once you have all that stuff lined out, then it's time to start thinking about a shop management system. And there's tons of them out there. They all do different things. They range in prices wildly. I have one in the works that will be available very soon. But until that time, you can look into some different options. Ours is going to be called the Print Life Shop Management System. Very clever, right? It's on brand. Not very creative with the name, but it's on brand. So you can keep an eye out for that. That's coming soon. They are important because as clients start coming in, one of the biggest problems in the screen printing industry is managing the art files, managing the clients and their contact details. And especially if you're doing, or if you're subbing some of this stuff out to other contract printers, you're gonna wanna get and manage all of that print information in the most efficient way possible. This is why these systems are extremely important. And this is another thing. A lot of people, they go through and they're using Trello or Monday, and there's a lot of really cool kind of free options out there, but they're not industry specific, and you end up doing a lot of double data entry, or you're taking your information from your Trello board and you're having to zap it into Monday or blah, 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 and then you're having to take the info from Monday into QuickBooks to actually write an invoice. Double entry and double data, sending it from one thing to the other is where the mistakes happen. So if you can avoid it, avoid it. Like my system avoids all of that shit. So shop management system is step number 4. You're gonna need to get one, but focus on step 3 first and then do, step number 4. Step number 5. Step number 5 is getting your tax licensing in order. And this is important because without this, you're not going to be able to get wholesale prices on t-shirts and sweatshirts and tanks and all of that stuff. And the reason getting wholesale prices on those items is important is because you, as the printer, mark them up a certain percentage before selling them to your clients. This is extremely important when it comes to your contract printers because you're only going to be marking up the print cost maybe 10%. But the opportunity to make money for yourself as a printer comes from the garment markup. Whereas you may only pay, I don't know, let's just round up and say it's $210 for a Gildan 5000. But you can mark it up and you can charge $275, $299. If it's a smaller order, you can charge $5 a piece for it. So all of that markup is going to be the margin or the profits that you make, even when you're sending the garments to the contract printer for them to print them. It's been a long time since I've done this myself. This last time I ended up using LegalZoom to do all the filing for me just so I didn't have to deal with it. It's a lot more money, but it's easy to do yourself in your local area. If I remember correctly, you're going to file for your limited liability corporation first. So you're going to pick your business name. You'll go down to the corporate commission in your city and you'll file for that name under an LLC. And then once you have the LLC, I'm pretty sure that's how you get your EIN number. And you can use the EIN to get your city and state tax exemption number. The tax exempt number, or the TPT, is what allows you to, the TIN, there's all these numbers. The TIN is your tax identification number, which is the same thing as your employer identification number. It's basically your LLC social security number. And then the TPT, the transaction privilege tax number, is the number you need like if you're signing up to get a wholesale account through SNS Activewear or Sanmar. That's the number you're gonna need to get wholesale garments from the industry. Now, once you have this last step lined out and you've done all the other steps, ultimately you are now open for business. It was that easy. Step number 6. Step number 6 is going to be your marketing plan. With all the previous steps, 1 through 5, you were getting your business set up. Now you have all the elements in place to be a business. Now you got to actually get customers into your business. Now this is a 2-part thing. The first one is your website, and then managing those clients is going to happen with your shop management system. Mine is coming soon. But to get traffic to your website, you have to put a marketing campaign in place. So step number 6 is the marketing campaign. How are you going to market your services on a local or national level? There are dozens of ways to do it. Lately, there's been a trend to go through Facebook ads or Instagram ads. I've always been of the belief that when it comes to service-based businesses, for the most part, people When they need the service, they've always gone to the yellow pages in the past or the phone book. The new phone book is Google. People go into Google and they say service in my area, whether it's plumbing, HVAC, electrical, screen printing. They may call it t-shirt printing. They may even call it silk screen printing or silk printing. You never know. But when they need the service, they're typically going to go into Google or some form of search engine and find the closest printer to them in their area. So your goal is going to be running ad campaigns that put you in front of those clients when they run those searches. And that will be your marketing campaign. It's very simple. Matter of fact, I'm putting together a thing right now that's going to show you exactly how to do it with your website. So once you have your website in place, you have your shop management system in place, go follow the link in the description and we'll get you set up on how to market all that. The game, this entire game, this whole thing is always in the marketing and how you can creatively market to your customers. And we're going to talk a lot about that in future videos. But for now, you have 6 steps. Once 1 through 5 are done, step 6 is the end game. That's where you're going to put all your effort. And this last one isn't really a step, but it is going to be very important. Let's call this an honorable mention. You need a way to set up, prep, and sep art files, either for you and your one-color jobs, or for the contract printers that you're going to be subbing the larger jobs out to. Now, there are links in the description of this video to more detailed videos of each of these 6 steps. So I wanted to give you guys an overview, but we are going to tackle it in a little bit greater detail to give you more information as you're going through the steps. But just remember, this is simple, man. Is it easy? Depends on who you are, but it is extremely simple. Before I wrap this whole thing up, you can get all of this stuff done in 30 days. And due to said virus, you're probably not going to have much more to do over the course of the next month. So now is the time to dive in and put all of these things in place so that when things do turn around and start heading back up, you're in a prime position to start picking up work. Because I am going to tell you one thing. Not everybody's going to make it through this. Not from a death point of view, but not all businesses are going to make it. There's not going to be enough for, especially the big over-bloated companies, to sustain their stuff and their huge loans. So now's the time for you to get in there and get your thing going, while also possibly supporting some of the guys that need the work right now. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging with me, Print Fam and new Print Fam members. If you have any questions, pop into the comments and ask them. Either myself or another one of the beautiful Print Fam members will pop in there and do their best to answer those questions for you. You guys are the best. See you in the next one, Print Fam. Peace out.